Hello. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year. We are back. Choose Your Path 2021. Thank you, everyone. Hello, Brenda. I know we are excited because I'm super excited. Can you hear me? I want to make sure that you can hear me before I go through the whole spiel. Can you hear me? Just say testing, testing. Okay, you can hear me. Perfect. Okay. I am Sherontelle Dirskell, your host for Choose Your Path live IG series. Oh my goodness, I cannot. I'm super excited. I am a celebrity publicist, motivational speaker, and I just recently became #1 best-selling, international best-selling author of the #1 Habit series for entrepreneurial success, which you can purchase on Amazon or you can click the link in my bio. Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. I appreciate you all so far coming in. Are you ready for my special guest? Because I'm ready. This is exciting. Hello, Don Production Beats, Marcel Malik. I hope that I pronounced your name right. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Oh my goodness. And shout out to my sponsor, 10K Cards. Hello, Charlene. You are here as promised. Thank you. Happy New Year. My health dosage. I see you. I see you. I see you. Hello. Hey, Holly. Okay, let's do this because I know you guys are ready and I'm ready. I'm pumped. Thank you so much for your donations as well. Oh my goodness, let's see it because I think I did see him here. The request. Thank you guys for the donations. I appreciate it. Happy New Year. Okay.
Hey,
All right. Wi-Fi working.
can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I'm good. I'm good. How you
Oh
doing?
man, technology is working. I'm
Yes,
doing
it is.
amazing. Thank you so much. I cannot believe this is happening. Like, thank you. I
Thank you
really
for having me.
appreciate it. I have been like stalking you and listening to your music for some time now. So this is amazing that
I
we get to
appreciate it.
have this conversation. I'm very grateful for you. How are you feeling today?
I'm alive, so I mean, I can't complain at all. Especially due to the circumstances, of course.
I know, right? So this is not, I promise you that this is not, I'm hoping. I don't want to do an interview.
Me neither.
Oh,
I, w-
okay,
I
cool.
want to have a conversation.
I want to have a conversation. See, I knew it. I'm in lines with God, the frequency, the universe, all those words. Thank you. Yes, because I'm kind of, I've been working as a publicist for over 10 years in the music industry.
Okay.
And in 2017, my heart completely stopped. And I was in ICU for a little while. And after I came out of that and survived that, I said that I decided that I wanted to do something different.
Right, right, right.
And I decided that I just wanted to write. I just wanted to write and I just wanted to speak and not just
Mm-hmm.
share my story of that, but share my life journey of experiences and heartbreaks and
Right, right.
I
The ups
guess
and
what looked
downs.
like, yeah, the ups and
Yeah,
downs,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that
That's
cool
the beautiful
stuff.
part of it. The beautiful
Abs-
part.
Absolutely. So here we are. And then when the pandemic, I had all my events, of course, like all of the other creators, all the events was, on the calendar, ready
Yeah,
to go. And then everything slowly started to cancel.
yeah. The
Yeah,
universe had another plan.
I had another plan. Absolutely. And when you're an amazing entrepreneur, you always have to be ready to adapt and adjust. So
Yes,
this
for
is
sure.
me adapting and adjusting to the times, not so
Right,
much as selling something or anything like that, but
right,
still
right.
being able to use this platform to give back.
Right,
So
right, right. Which is what it's for.
absolutely.
Or should be used for, I should say.
Right. It should be used for. Exactly. So here we are, Smitty boy. Tell me, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Where are you from?
I'm from Augusta, Georgia. I moved around a lot, but I claim Augusta, Georgia.
Okay, Augusta, Georgia, but you were born
And
in,
East Meadow, New York.
oh my goodness, wow, I'm right now in Connecticut.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with it. I left early on and moved to South Carolina when I was very young. And then my teenage years I spent in Augusta. So I always claim Augusta because my teenage years. So that's when most of my experiences I feel like were the I guess most valuable. I don't know.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. I'm going to be drinking coffee all throughout
Nah, go
because,
ahead, go ahead.
oh, okay, okay. Um, my grandmother raised me,
Hmm.
and I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. My
Okay.
grandmother raised me, and we would sit at the kitchen at the table in the morning, and she would have her coffee, and then I would have my little teaspoon, and she'll let me taste it. And ever since then, since I was 5, I've been drinking coffee, and it just goes with the conversation for me. So that's
Okay,
why
okay.
we're gonna have
No, go
that.
ahead, go
So
ahead.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio, and I didn't think. Now when I go back home sometimes to let's see, what do I say? To go back and visit, I
Hmm.
didn't think that I was in like a war zone.
Okay.
It became my normal. Like what
Right,
was
right,
going on in the neighborhood, the drug dealing, the killing, seeing a
right,
dead
right,
body, you step over, whatever, you keep going.
right, right,
But when I went back, I was like, how did I survive this?
right, right.
How did it look? What did it look like for you growing up?
I mean, I moved around a little bit, but I would say my childhood it wasn't a lot of chaos. My mom she was in law enforcement. My dad passed away early, so I did grow up pretty fast. But I had uncles and aunts, people who looked over me. So I always pretty much was directed in the right direction for the most part. I mean, I had my hiccups. Don't get me wrong, especially during my
We all
teenage
do.
years.
Right.
But for the most part, I always tell my mom she did a great job. I never had any crazy hiccups. I had the normal teenage stuff, the life stuff. But for the most part, nothing crazy. Fortunately, as far as probably as your situation.
Right. I didn't know though. That's the thing. Because my grandmother, I felt like, my grandmother raised me and I'm so grateful for that. Sometimes
Right.
we can want things that we feel like we didn't get, but not realizing that we got everything that we need right there, whether whatever the perception may be. That's
Right.
what
Right.
it is. And those are the cards that we are dealt, and that's what we need at that moment. And I really needed her because now when I look back, and I'm looking at life now, I'm like, she taught me
Yeah.
so much
Yeah. Yeah.
knowledge, so much wisdom through her experiences and that. So I, it wasn't bad. She gave me the love that I needed. But when you go on the outside and you see
Right.
the neighborhood for me was a little different. It was
Right.
a
Right.
little different. And I
Right.
don't know if I would be okay right now if I was there at this
Yeah. Yeah.
moment. You understand
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. I
Like
got you. I
I
got you.
yeah, so it was quite different, but it was loving though, and I'm so grateful for all of it. I'm grateful for
Yeah.
all of it. So
It's a
your
blessing.
mind brains you. What about your dad? Did you? I didn't hear you.
No, well, my dad passed away when
Oh,
I
he
was young.
passed
I was in the
away.
second grade. Yeah, yeah. So it was pretty much me
Oh,
and my mom. So that same love that you got, I got it, from my mom
unconditional.
and her brothers. Yeah, yeah. They kept me on the right path. So I was lucky
And
in that
did
sense.
did I did I read something about veteran?
Oh yes, yes. I did 10 years in the service as well. I retired.
How did that decision to go in? What did that look like?
Well, when I was in my teenage years, I ended up going to a military school. I was terrible in school. I was terrible in school. Looking back, I realized I was just, I guess you could say, artsy. You know what I'm saying? Like school wasn't my
Ooh,
thing. I just wanted to create. I didn't know what that meant then.
yeah.
And I even at having anxiety, like I didn't even know what that meant being a teenager. But anyway, to fast forward, I ended up leaving high school and going to military school, and that was right around the time the war had started, um, the IOF war, and so around that time, I'm like, man, I don't know exactly what I want to do after I get out of military school, and I didn't know music production was actually a thing. So I left there, I got out of there, and then I ended up going in the military. I did 10 years, ended up finding my love for music while I was in the military. Ended up deploying twice. Twice I did a 15-month tour. Then I came back and did a 12-month tour. And in that time, I just found love for music, but at the same time, I was losing my love for the military, and I was getting hurt and things like that. So I just felt like it was time for me to go into that next thing, and music is what it is now.
I think that is absolutely amazing because a lot of times people feel like they need to know this thing, whatever that is, and that they should be doing for the rest of their life, and that they should know that when they were little, and they just do it until whatever. But that's not how everyone's path is.
The thing changes a lot. the thing has changed for me with it in the last year as far as the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like as they say, new every level requires a different version of you. So you're gonna eventually like new things are going to attract you. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to want to try
Yes.
different things. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with trying new things and seeing what works for you and what doesn't work for you. I always say I'd rather know than not know at all. Like I'd rather try it and say, I don't like it than to just not try it.
To
You know, and
not try it, right?
yeah, yeah. And I
Yes.
mean, and
Yeah.
I don't really look at it as a failure because if you do say you do try it and then it just doesn't work, it just doesn't work. Either you can figure out another way to do it, or you can say, you know what, this is not for me. You know, but I think it's definitely important to try to do different things.
I was talking to my son this morning in the car, and it was mighty funny how a lot of the things that I tried before I actually started doing the adult thing, like I
Yeah.
started working at White Castle, and then I went across the street to Popeyes, and I was working
Yeah.
there, and then I went to a nursing home and was working in dietary, and then I was doing salesperson. I was
Hmm.
literally selling vacuum cleaners door to door, and then I got into healthcare, and I just every year I guess I was just evolving.
Yeah.
I
And there's nothing
never
wrong with
want
that.
that, right?
That's like I always say, that's adding more tools to your tool belt. The more experiences that you have, the more tools you have. And the more and
Exactly.
a lot of times those as you go through life, like those new levels, you're gonna have to go grab some of them tools off your belt from the past. So like I said, if you don't go out and take a risk and just try stuff, you're never gonna figure it out. You know.
Everyone along this journey is a teacher somehow, some
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
everybody, every person you meet, like it's no coincidence. You know.
Wow. I worked as an EMT for 15 years.
Hmm.
I worked in emergency medicine, and I've seen a lot of things. And eventually I came to a point where I just wanted to do something different. It was time to walk away. The PTSD was really kicking in, the
Hmm.
nightmares, the checking the kids and saying, "Are you breathing?" Like I was literally not like waking them up or like listening to see if they're breathing because I had put so many people in body bags and I just couldn't do it anymore. It was
Right,
time to
right,
make
right.
the transition, right? So
Definitely.
I found the love, I always had a love for music, but I found the
Okay.
love in music. And people always tend to ask that question, like, well, how did you get that connect? Or how did you work with who you work with? And I'm
Right.
going to ask you that, like, how did, explain that process of what that looks like when you're connecting with certain individuals where you have an opportunity to create with them. For me, it was just a matter of, I was just hungry and I wanted something different. And I was willing to put my all into it, even though I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I didn't
Right,
know
right.
nothing, but I didn't know what publicist was. I didn't know any of that, but I was
Hmm.
willing to learn and put in the time and the grit that it took. What did
Yeah,
it
for sure.
look for you? What did it look like for you?
As far as
Starting when you started working as a music producer and
okay.
collabing with different producers.
Well, for me, the crazy part about it, I was still in the service when I was making music as a full time producer. Um, but for me, it's always organic. Like I'm about being organic. I don't care about a hit record. I don't care about none of that stuff. Like none of that stuff moves me. Your celebrity doesn't move me. None of that. It's just about how we can organically vibe and how the music can come together. And that's what it's always going to be about me. Because a lot of times I see people lose track of that. They start worrying about the placements and all the other stuff. And it's easy, especially we grown, so we always have things going on, so it's easy to
Of
get
course.
distracted. So, but for me, it has to be organic. Everything with me has to be organic, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a business relationship, and even a business relationship. Like if I can't wake up with you and go have breakfast, then I probably don't want to do business with you. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah,
Like it has to
that's
be
true.
organic. Everything has to feel organic. So,
That's true. You
and
definitely have
when
to
it's
be on the
organic,
same path. That's true.
yes, for sure. And when it's organic, the music is even better because it's organic. Like I had the conversations beforehand on certain things, whether it's on personal levels or whatever they're going through because it's organic. But when you come in there and it's just like, I'm going to turn on this music and you're going to do this, it's not the same. It's not the same feeling. And you can hear the organicness through the music.
You can definitely. Do you feel like I was listening to something earlier? I was listening to some music and he was saying that it feels like the appreciation of music has somewhat, of course, we always have the exception to the rule, but as a mass, as a
Yeah.
massive of numbers, the appreciation of opening up the album and looking in and seeing the pictures and the covers and actually really listening to the lyrics and feeling it and experiencing it. It's no longer, it's not even that important.
Yeah, it's not.
You,
It's not. It's funny that you say that because I just got some vinyls in, and I was opening them up. It's like I was literally sitting on the floor, opening it up, like reading the credits, reading who played what instrument. You know, and I was just like,
yeah,
man, you
that
don't
makes you
get this no
excited.
more.
No,
Yeah, you
no.
don't get this no more. You know, so everything now is just so microwave. You know, it's like here you go. You know, like it's no love in it.
Is no
Here you go.
love in it, and it needs to be,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I mean, when you're creating music, you have like one of the most important jobs on this universe, because everything operates on a rhythm. Every single
right.
thing. I learned
Everything.
so much working in the emergency department, working in emergency medicine. And when you look at, I talk about it all the time, when you look at electrocardiograms, it has the waves and it goes up and down. And it's very
Hmm.
important that it do that, right?
Right.
Because if it don't, then something is wrong and it's dead, and it's gone and has expired. And that's the
Right.
same thing with music. When you're making a beat and you see those frequencies and you see, you know, the, what do you call it, the HZs, with
Yeah, yeah,
the,
yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, the
Yeah,
frequencies. When
I
you
got you. The
see that,
frequency.
when
Yeah,
you
I
see
got
that, yeah, when you see that going up and down, you're like, okay, I'm
you.
feeling something. It's literally the heartbeat of our soul.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
wouldn't you go in there and just turn off the noise of the world and make something that's going to move and change the people and how they feel and how they're looking at their life?
That goes back to being organic, you know. And for me, I always do what works for me. You know, I don't care
Yeah.
about what everybody else has going on. They might make 20 beats a day or 30 beats. I don't know. I really don't care. For me, you know, again, it has to be organic. You know, I have to be able to, like, my soul has to say, go up to the laptop and start working on some music. Like, I have to feel it. I can't just go to the laptop and be like, I'm going to make something that sound like this today, or it doesn't work that way for me. For me, again, it has to be organic. It has to be, my soul has to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to be there. And I feel like to me, you hear it in the music. You know what I'm saying? You hear it in the instrumentation. I like, you know, if I threw something together, you can tell like, okay, I can tell he just threw that together. You know, people know when
No,
your soul is
you
with
can
it. You
feel
know
it.
what I'm saying? Which is why I like older music. That's why I love like the Marvin Gaye's and all the older stuff. You know, because it
Mm,
felt so different. Like it still feels different. Like you play it in your car, it's gonna make you feel a certain type of way. You know, and I feel like sometimes now music doesn't always feel that way. Don't get me wrong, you have your artists out there who are amazing, you
oh
know,
yeah.
but
Oh,
it
for
still
sure.
is not it still is not the same though. Like you don't get that same feel. You know, even
Mm.
like the love songs, you know, back in the day it was cool to tell a woman how you felt. You know, like I feel like this, you know, and nobody calling you weak for it, you know what I'm saying? Now it's just like everybody got to be the same. Like where's the respect? Where's the love? You know, so you know, again,
Yeah, we need to.
yeah.
We need that.
Yeah, we
And
do.
I
We
think
do.
that this is an amazing time. I was hearing some artists say, "Oh no, if I should put it out now, or maybe you know, I should." You know, we always have all of these dates and
Yeah,
campaigns
yeah.
and all of this stuff that we have to do. But I feel like with the climate that we're in right now, good music is needed
Yes, it is.
so badly. And
Yeah,
it's like, just go in and make it. Don't even
yeah,
ask
yeah,
all those questions and trying to get on it. Just go and create. And
yeah,
that's what
yeah.
I want people to get when they listen to these conversations, is choose your path. You have the ability to do that. We can't control the external events, right?
No,
It's
no.
already happening. That's crazy. I don't know. People always do try to do that though,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but we
Can't do it.
can't. It's already
Right, right,
happening. But what we can control is how we're looking and how we're perceiving our situations and what we do moving
right.
forward. You think about like January, February, March, maybe, I don't know, depending on where in the world you are. Um, it kind of started, right? In
Hmm.
March, really,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things started to shut down. How long ago is that?
That was what, March, right? I would say like March.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was almost a year ago. So can you
yeah.
imagine, like, if you would sit for an entire year and just complain about not being able to go out, complain about if your business failed, complain about all of these things instead of creating anew. When there's a death to whatever, it's time to create and start
Something new.
something new. Something
Yeah,
new.
yeah.
I'd never felt, even through all of the struggles and stuff, that I would never see something better. You got to be
Right.
able to perceive and see it.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
to
you
put
do.
yourself there, right?
But that's a mindset though. Like you can't. Everybody can't do that. Everybody take things differently. Everybody take losses differently. Especially this year, it's just been a
Oh,
difficult year.
yeah.
Especially even talking to some of like my creative buddies. It's been a difficult year because even for me, I've been quarantined since March. I haven't been out the house aside from maybe grocery shopping. That's it, like since March. So
Mm.
and it's been difficult, no studios or anything. So it's been kind of hard to connect with other artists to get that energy and things like that. But I agree, like it is a perfect time as a creator as well to put out music because people are sitting still, people are listening to
At
music,
the
people
same
want to hear
time.
different things. Yeah, yeah. Especially if you got music with substance right now, because people want to hear they want to hear something real. People don't want to hear about nothing crazy right now. Like people going through real life situations.
No,
So I think,
real life. I was
yeah,
thinking about that, and thinking about real life on every single post. I think, other than every now and then, I attach the song "Everyday Struggle" because that's what it is.
yeah, yeah. It is. Every day is a struggle. Yep, I agree.
Every day. Tell me the inspiration behind creating that song.
Well, I had the record, the beat for a while, and at the time, me and Sally had got in the studio. We was working on some things, and I presented the tracks to him, and I thought it was just a special record. It was like I said, it was a beat that I was sitting on, and he pretty much went in there, and he again just organically, and he put down the hook and everything, and then I got Gerald Walker on there as well. So it was just something that just again organically came together. And I didn't want to hold on to the record like you said, right? So I was
No,
like,
I'm glad
let
you
me put it out
didn't.
there. Yeah, yeah, because every day is a struggle, and that looks different for everybody. Whatever a struggle looks like is different for everybody. So again, I felt like it was a record that again people can listen to,
Right.
and kind of get them through the day.
When you think about the world, like I don't know how many people it is. Maybe it's over 7 billion, and that's a lot of people to be experiencing this very moment in so many different ways, in billions of different ways, right? And I just love books. I love art. Period. Point blank.
Mm-hmm.
Period. I love art, and it's so important. Yes, it is a really really tough time, but my grandmother, she raised me to, not just to survive but thrive even through the
Yeah,
hard times. She would always say you got to continue to move forward because at any time it could be your last time,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I don't want to, I mean, if it's your time to relax and recharge, do that. But
Mm-hmm.
then if it's that time where you're supposed to, I guess what the young people say, because I don't use that word, boss up.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but if it's that time to boss up, then we boss up and we strap up and we get it done. And
right.
for me, I'm in the space of it's time to get it done. It's time to wake up the people. It's funny to me how a lot of people wake up every day and they're literally their eyes are open, but they're not actually awake.
Right,
But
right.
they're getting in their car, they're going to work,
Like
they're going
autopilot.
about their day, and it's like literally autopilot. It's like turn on the
Yeah,
TV, eat the dinner, go to sleep, and you do it all over again, and you're not really paying attention to things
right.
that are being programmed and all of that
Yep.
stuff. So I just want to be a little different, a different channel. Choose your path. Wake up. Let's get here. We got to survive this thing. I
Right.
love the fact that I have a great circle around me. So when I don't feel like that, because I don't always feel like that. And that's not what I'm not always smiling and positive all the
Right.
time.
Right.
But it's
Right.
important to have that good circle around you so that when you don't have that, they recharge you and remind you of who you are. You know who you are,
Right.
but
Yeah.
sometimes you
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to hear that. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you're
Yeah. For
right. I'm
sure.
tripping. I got
Yeah.
this. You're
Yeah. Yeah. For
right.
sure.
I got this. Another day. I lost a few loved ones last year as well, but I feel like I have to stand tall and strong for them because they're standing there and they're rooting and they saying, I need you to continue on this path and keep moving forward. My race is done here on the earthly journey. So that when I think about that, that's what keeps me
Mm-hmm.
going. What keeps
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
going during those times when times aren't so well, doing so
Uh,
good rather?
to be honest, one of the first things I do when I wake up in the morning is when I open my eyes, is literally look and be like, man, I'm alive. I think a lot of times, people take for granted, man. Like your heart beats, like it really beats, and it can stop at any moment. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So for me, being through just so much in my years, from wars and seeing so much and being in so much, you know, I feel like if I got through that, I can get through anything. That's my mentality, and that's just how it is. You know, I just feel like whatever God put me through, I can get through it. And you know, they say God don't put you through anything that you can't handle. And again, that looks different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I just feel like if you woke me up today, that is for a reason, and I need to get up and
Oh,
whether
yeah.
it's a small step or a big step. You know, for me, even the small goals, like I make sure I'm doing something that's going to lead up to that big goal. Even the small, if it's a day I don't want to do anything, I'm going to make sure I do something small that's going to lead to that goal. So just to make sure I stay inspired, because even the small goals you're going to see results from. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, the seed is going to grow into a big fruit. So that just keeps me going, man. That's what motivates me. And I have my days too where it's like, man, I don't want to do anything. You know, I just want to lay here, or might be depressed, or whatever the situation may be. But I just know I have to do one thing that day to go towards my goal. You know, because I mean, the world's gonna keep moving with or without you. That's just the way it is. And you can't complain about the work you don't do from the work you know the work you're not doing. You can't complain about the results. You know, so for me,
That's true.
just get up, you go, and that's it. Because it ain't gonna stop. Like no matter what
Mm.
happens in life, like no matter if you get another job, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
be another. It's gonna be a different stress. Like it's not going to stop. It's never. You know, you get a bigger house, it's going the mortgage payment gonna be bigger. You get a car, like it's
That's
always never
true.
going to stop. So you might
That's
as well just
true.
have a mindset of, you know what, I can get through it. I can keep pushing. I can keep going. And once you start going through certain things, I feel like you know it kind of just it's kind of like it kind of motivates you to keep going. You know.
That is so true. Sometimes though, when you're going through things, you just want it to be over.
Yeah, for sure. But then you have to look that you know again, like everything to me is this mindset. It's about how you look at things. Oh, why? You know, when you're going through things, what's causing you to go through these things? Like, be realistic. That's another thing too. Like a lot of people just don't be realistic about the things they might be going through. Like you have to
Mm,
really look in the mirror and say, well, what's causing me to go through this? Why I keep going through this? Why I keep losing this? Whatever the situation may be, you know. And once you can tap into that, then that can also help you probably move to the next level and make you want to keep going. But you got to be realistic. You know, you have to be realistic. I think a lot of people are just not realistic.
yeah, that's true. You know, because when you think about reality, it's kind of painful.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts to look in the mirror and say, this is who I am, or this is what's
Yeah.
going on. I need to look at this situation. I know sometimes in my life there are some things that I wasn't looking at, and then when I finally looked at it, it was a lot of pain to go through. But that's the only way you can get through it, is to go
That's the
through
only
it.
way. You got to go through it. You gotta just and then you gotta just start. And that's like for most people that's the difficult part is just starting. You
Yeah,
know, and then I hear people, and this is all type of journeys, because multiple journeys, fitness journeys or whatever, it's always the end result. They always looking for the end result, and that's why a lot of people tap out. That's why a lot of people quit. You know, they're looking at the end instead of just enjoying the process, and instead of worrying about the outcome. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to
the
wake up motivated
process.
every day. Yeah, you're
No.
not going to wake up motivated every day. That's not realistic. That's why when people be like, "Man, you motivate me," or "This motivate me," it's like, nah, that's not realistic. You know, you're not going to wake up motivated to go to the gym every day. It's not realistic. But you got to have a discipline. You know, if you have the discipline and things like that and things in place, you're always going to be ahead. So the days you have lackluster day where you don't want to do anything or you're depressed, you still have the discipline to say, hey, you know what, I'm still going to get up and I'm still going to go do this. Because the
Still gonna
motivation is
do
not going
it.
to always be there. The
No, it's
willpower is
not.
not going to always be there. And that's what people fail to, on their choose your path, that's what a lot of people on their path fail to realize. You know, the motivation is not always there. All the no's, all the leave me alone, don't email me no more,
All that.
all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, you just got to keep going. You know, just keep going and count
That
them
is
small
that is
wins.
so true. Ooh, I love to talk about the gym because I miss the gym. And now I got
Yeah,
to
I do
get
too.
used to, like, working out at home, but that's a whole nother story. There are some days that I would not feel like going to the gym when I was going. But then I realized that when I got there and I started working out, I'm like, oh, I'm happy I came. It
Yeah,
feels so good, right?
right, right. And
And
that's the
I
same
always
thing.
say you got to fall in love with the
Yeah,
process.
with the process, not the outcome.
Yeah,
If you fall
yeah.
in love with the outcome, you might as
Oh,
well
I
chalk
like
it up
that.
at the
That's a
beginning.
that's a
Yeah,
word.
you might as well chalk it up at the beginning because you're just not gonna have that motivation every day. It's just not realistic. Take it out your head. It's cool to have the motivation here sometime. You know, people say, oh well, you know, my kids motivate me to lose weight or this. Trust me, every day you're not gonna wake up wanting to do that. So if you got a discipline or in a system
We always have this thing too, you know, when we start out with dreams. Oh,
Mm,
it's not an easy thing, right? It's
yeah.
not an easy thing. And so maybe mid part, we have these things in our head. Once again, this perception, I guess, of what
Mm,
success looks like, how long it should take.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
biggie. Like, you know, sometimes people are like, oh, I've been doing this business for like 2 years and I don't really see. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, for me, it has taken me over 10 years to get to this, whatever this is.
Yeah. Right. 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 Right.
I don't even know if it's like an end thing because I'm always constantly creating. Is there an
Right.
end?
Right. I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
there is an end. I think
I,
because it's a journey. That's what we just discussed. It's just
yeah,
a process. You just fall in love with that. Whatever it is
yeah.
right now, you fall in
I
love with
love
it.
Cicely Tyson because of that.
Right.
Like she is one of those that really inspire me because I'm like, wow, look at her age and she's still doing it. That's what
Yeah.
I want to do. Whatever that is. Whatever that
Yeah.
is, I
So
want to
you're doing
still
it.
be
You're doing
doing
it.
it. Yeah, right.
You're doing it. You're doing it. Yeah.
But I mean like
Yeah.
hopefully if I get her age,
I
exactly.
got you. I got you.
Who's been your musical inspirations?
Hmm.
Some of them.
I would say Marvin Gaye for sure. I'm a
Oh,
Marvin Gaye
I
fan.
love Marvin Gaye.
I'm a little late to the party, but the whole pandemic I've been listening to a lot of jazz as of late. And as far as this hip hop, like my mom back in the day used to play a lot of Snoop and Dre. You know, back in the day.
Back in the
Um, back in the
with
day, she used
those
to play a lot
bricks
of
with the
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
album. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I would say a lot because she played a lot of that stuff in Frankie Beverly and Maze. So all that live instrumentation and stuff,
Oh,
it's been in my ear for so long. You know what I'm saying? So those are some of my musical inspirations for sure.
I love live instruments. Do you play
Yeah,
any instruments?
I don't play anything. I
No.
know nothing at all. I can play by ear. I can get on there. I can put it together. And I
Uh-huh.
can tell people what I want them to play, but I'm not. I leave that up to the professionals, I guess you could say.
Okay, that's cool. That's
I
cool.
tried to take time to learn the piano, but I was impatient, so I said I just come back and revisit later.
You said, all right now. I, wow. My first client, my very first client was producer Focus from Aftermath, right?
Focus, yeah, that's the homie, yeah.
And he was he was one of my, he turned out to be my mentor, my brother, and a whole bunch, just a whole gym, right?
Yeah,
And
Focus is
he
a good guy.
inspired me to really learn the business and also teach myself how to play an instrument. I don't even think he know all of that, but yeah. So I taught myself how to read music, and I
Okay,
also taught myself how to play my keyboard. And that was my what do you call that time that you just had to yourself, and I was just play the keyboard, and that is absolutely amazing. That's an amazing gift, but being a producer is an amazing gift too. I
yes
think you
it
got
is.
the
Yeah.
best gift in the
I'm,
world.
I think I'm blessed, and I thank God for it all
You
the time.
are.
Yeah,
I'm thanking God that He gave you that gift because we get to experience that. We get to listen to everyday struggle over and over and be like, yeah, that's exactly
yeah,
how it is. You can feel the music. Well, I mean, I would hope you feel the music before you even hear the artist
yeah,
say that first bar. Like you
yeah,
already feel it and it takes you somewhere. Good music takes you
yeah,
somewhere. I
yeah.
love music that helps me travel to a
Yes,
place and
yep.
a time. And if I'm not traveling, I'm not going anywhere, it's time to switch the track,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're right. That's what it should do. That's what it should do. Music and books should both do that. It should
it,
make you. It should take you places.
it should definitely take me places. What is one thing that when you're creating and you're making a song, what is that one thing that you listen to where you say it's complete?
Hmm. I never really go too much off of how I hear things. I go off of how I
Okay.
feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like how it feels. And because every record is different, every approach is different. The way I approach
How
every
it
record is different.
feels. All right.
Oh yeah, for me it's just how it feels, not necessarily how it sounds. And that's just pretty much how I go off of it. So there's no, oh man, this should sound like this or this should sound like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Of course, there are my tweaks, but at the end of the day, the whole entire picture is about how it feels. When I play it for somebody, how does it feel? How does it make them feel? You know, that's what it's about for me.
So I sent you this.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I
Right.
saw it.
Okay, because this is the moment where I gotta place my drop to my sponsor, 10K Cards. I know you're on here. Thank you so much. What this is, because
That's dope.
we got to go all the way digital now because this is the
Yeah, I
climate
see.
that we're in, right?
Yes, it
One
is.
of my favorite quotes from Magic Johnson is entrepreneurs have to be ready, always be ready to adapt and adjust. So this is adapting. This is another way of adapting and adjusting. This is your own QR code. That's
Okay,
you.
okay, okay,
And so someone can scan this code here, right?
okay.
And all of your information comes up right there on the phone.
Oh, that's what's up.
It almost looks like you have your own app, literally.
Yeah, it do. Yeah, it
Yeah,
do.
SoundCloud. I'm telling you, when you put
Oh,
it
this
on
is
your
dope.
phone, I'll show you. Like when you click the link, you can literally add it as a bookmark on your phone. I absolutely love that feature
This is
because
cool.
I
Yeah,
was
this
like,
is
I
dope.
got my own. My son was like, you got your own app. I was like, yep, I
Yeah, I
got my
saw it
own.
when you inboxed it, but I only looked at it for like a quick second. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
this
was
is
like, we'll
dope. I
talk about
appreciate
it.
it.
So, yep, 10K cards. Thank you so much. Look,
10K
he put the
cards. I
park.
appreciate it.
Yes. Hello, Armand the bass. He's an amazing guy. Woo! All right, here we go. So that's it. Do you ever feel? I know that I did hear in one of the interviews that I was listening to. Um, I don't ever really. I guess when you say describe your sound, but you're versatile, so that's not going to even be a question, right?
Nah, no,
That
not at
no,
all.
that's not even going to be a question. So, do you feel like you have to adapt and adjust as we continue to evolve in these times? You know how some people feel like they got to change the sound of their music um, because of, I guess the
Yeah, the times, I guess you
yeah
could
the
say.
times. I
Yeah.
guess you could say.
No. I would say no. Even some of the stuff, again, like the everyday struggle, like that was the instrumental from maybe 2014. That's why I always feel like if you're making music from your soul and not trying to keep up with what's going on, they say people fall in love with shiny things.
Yeah.
Like people always want to, chase this whatever's hot right now. So for me, I just do what I do and make the music from my soul. And I don't really, honestly, believe it or not, I don't really listen to a lot of even what's going on. Like I peep in, like, oh, okay, that's okay, cool, and then I'm gone. Um, but a lot of the music that I have made from 2014, 2013, still people are still, purchasing. You know what I'm saying? It's still getting placed. So again, I feel like just timeless music. If you got timeless music, you don't have to worry about the times. Like Marvin Gaye and they still getting played now. Like it don't even matter.
It
So
sure doesn't.
yeah, it
That
don't.
it is so interesting that you bring up Marvin Gaye because recently I just purchased a painting from an artist of Marvin Gaye, and I can't wait till it get here. I think it's gonna get here like on Friday. I can't
Marvin Gaye
wait.
is a smooth guy.
Oh my
Smooth guy.
goodness, super smooth. Like you,
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like you just want to just do any, you could do it all, you could do anything,
Yeah.
like listening to his music. Love is possible, love is real. Are you married, can I ask that?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I am married.
Oh, that's so, oh, good. So recently, I'm so happy that you're married, so I can ask you this question. So recently I had Anthony Hamilton on, and we were talking about love, because love is the
Okay.
frequency for real. Like
Yeah, for sure.
that's a good thing. Like we all need that, right? But then when I talked about the love of a man and a woman together, I asked him, how do you, is it once again that thing of you just feel it?
It's crazy because my wife and I think we was watching a movie. I want to say yesterday, and I can't remember, but I was like, man, you kind of just know. And it's kind of cliche. Like people like, how you know? And it's like, bro, you kind of just know. That's really it. Like you just know. You know what I'm saying? You feel like a kid. You still have butterflies. Like you just know. You just
uh,
know.
yeah, that's
It's,
what he said that too. I was
yeah.
like,
I mean, it's
how
not.
did you know? I was like, how did
Yeah.
you just kind of know.
Yeah.
Well,
You know.
I thought I knew a couple times, but maybe that's supposed to happen too.
Possibly, and that could be a blessing. So who knows?
Oh man, that is so awesome. How do you balance I don't know, people say work life, family, that kind of thing. Like, this isn't work. This is so great. I love
Yeah,
what I do. But how do you balance it? Because sometimes I got, honestly, for me, I feel like there was probably a part of the journey where my children felt kind of like, where the heck are you? Because I would get lost into creating and grinding. Then I'm like, oh shoot, sometimes I forgot to eat.
yeah. And I've been there. I've been there before. I feel like with the military, it took so much time away from like my family, and with deployments and being out in training and things like that. So now, I said I wouldn't allow that to happen again, especially not with the music as well. So for me now, I set up a schedule. I have a certain time of the day where it's dedicated to certain things. And I always make sure that spending time with my wife is a priority as well. So whether that look like later in the afternoon, whether that's dinner conversations or whatever,
Yeah.
but I always make sure I have time blocked for my wife. That's important. That's the queen. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you know, you got to take care. You got to
Yeah,
protect the
you
queen.
got
I was
you
just
got
watching something. I was just watching the girl play chess. Yep, you got to.
yeah. So
You
I
got
just
to
I just
protect the
block out
queen.
times. Again, if it's a priority, make sure you're blocking out the times for it. So I don't really have those. I have people ask me that, but I never had any issues.
Yeah, I guess it's one of the, because a lot of people want to know, because they don't really, they I don't know, time management and all of these things that people don't have. I think
Yeah,
that's amazing. I'm sure that you got that when you were in the military, of how
yeah,
to manage time, right? That
for
is
sure.
really cool. That is one of my biggest lessons that I learned after
Hmm.
coming out of ICU, is that I needed to manage my time better. I was working like over 75 hours a week. That's crazy. You
That's
got to
crazy. Yeah,
rest.
yeah. You burnt out.
Yeah, giving all your time to things that really probably is
Yeah,
not giving back.
just sucking all your energy.
Sucking
Yeah,
all of the energy. Like,
yeah.
that's crazy. What else do you enjoy outside of like making music? Do you do other things outside of music?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I do enjoy running, working out. I do enjoy working out. I like podcasts. I do. I read. Make sure I try to read at least 15 to 20 minutes a day, mandatory.
Okay.
Do it. Do it yourself projects around the house, because I mean we on quarantine, so I can't really say traveling or anything right now. So I'm just being realistic with what's going on right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, just trying to make the best of what I can right now.
I think those are great things.
Yeah,
I,
no, they are. I mean, I look. I'm reading more books, than usual because I'm in the house every day. So I'm getting things done around the house. So I'm not complaining at all. It's keeping me busy.
Yeah, I think those are great things. I love your Insta stories sometimes. Like, you'll come out when you're running, when you get ready to
Yeah,
run, or you'll have like a lot of positive messages. And I think that that's one of the things that really drove me to have you come on and have this conversation, because I love those type of
thank
conversations.
you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, he gets up early in the morning and you're running and you're sharing as you're running, like you're giving something, because you never know. Even though sometimes we wake up, some people might not want to stay there,
For
and
sure.
just
Yeah,
hearing that you say, like, you can do this, come on, we can get out. You see him out, you be out there and you running and you're saying something positive. Sometimes it's a smile, sometimes it's the good morning, can change another person's whole world. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely appreciate it. Keep doing
Thank you. I appreciate it.
it.
Thank you.
You should you should definitely keep doing it. Share some of the people that you work with. Go back to the music part. You got the
uh,
game, you got
yeah,
CeeLo
the game.
Green,
Sally, from Little Boosie, Davies, uh, man,
B.O.B., Nick Grant,
ELB, yeah, Nick Grant. It's a lot. It's a list. It's a really large list.
T Grizzly.
T Grizzly, yep, T Grizzly.
I know, I did a little promo video. I said, you're just gonna have to come on and maybe find out. And then
Yeah,
I'm not gonna like say the whole discography.
yeah. When people ask me, I sometimes I forget myself. It's a lot though.
So did you like create a home studio?
No, well, it's pretty simple. I just have my two speakers here and the laptop. Like I'm pretty simple. Like that's the crazy part. Like I feel like sometimes less is more. That's how I work. Less is more.
Okay.
I don't need a whole bunch of just stuff cluttering my room. So usually it's just a laptop, my interface, and my keyboard, and I can go to work and make the magic happen with something simple.
Oh
If
man.
I need to do anything extra, obviously I would go to the studio. And if I need to hire any musicians or anything like that, then I do that. I
You
keep it
know,
simple.
no, we should definitely continue to like do that. I think it's been so nice for me to manage my time, knowing that in the morning time I'm going to exercise, knowing that I give a block of time for the emails, right? And then anything else after that is someone saying, "Could you check it out?" Because we're working on something. Other than
Right.
that, a lot of times the emails can wait, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, funny thing, I bring that up because funny thing is that I had a different flyer before the
Okay.
one that I put. It didn't
Yeah,
have the
yeah.
credits. I literally put jack of all trades because I said this dude is dope. Like I like that.
That's funny.
Jack of all
Jack of all
trades.
trades,
And I
master of none.
literally put that on there because I was like, oh yeah, that's confidence.
Yeah, Jack of all trades, master of none.
That's confidence.
Yeah,
I
well
absolutely love that.
well we talked about the tools earlier, so I was saying I got the tools on the tool belts, right? So
Yeah. There you go. Yep. So I was like, oh man. And then when you sent the email, so can you can you
make
make
some
me
changes.
can you make some changes? Can you change that real quick for me? Do you ever feel like when you decided to go into music that you had to make any like major, I don't really use this word, but I'm gonna use this word for public, I guess, any sacrifices to do what it is that you do in music as far as creating, as producer?
Um, you mean it's like as far as like the craft itself?
Yeah, the craft itself. Yep.
Nah, I haven't. I haven't. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
Hmm.
yet.
Not not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. So
I,
um, I make what I want to make. That's just the way. That's just the way. I look at myself as a painter. I paint a picture. Either you like it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm,
I like the picture. You know what I'm saying? I like this picture. I made it. Do you like it? Would you like to add your art to it? Yes or no? No. Okay, cool. Life goes on. Somebody gonna love it. It's subjective. I
oh,
can make
absolutely.
you
It's a
know.
whole world
I,
out there.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I'm not compromising the integrity of my music for nobody. That's not gonna happen.
How do you decide who you work with?
Well, I mean, most of the time people will reach out to me direct,
Hmm.
and then sometimes I'll reach out on my own because I have my own records too that I have because I to put out a project as well. So a lot of time I gather records from other artists or they just reach out to me via email or however way they can get in contact, and we kind of just move forward from there.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought I absolutely love that promo video that 10K Cars made of like, because I don't see it until he sends it to me. And it
Oh,
was,
okay,
I
okay,
guess,
okay.
and then I get that excited feel. I don't be like, hey, I need you to add this and put that in there. I
Yeah,
absolutely love it. I got so excited and I came on my chair because I was like, oh my God, yes. They took some of his,
yeah, yeah. I
different
saw that.
tracks
Yeah,
and put that together. I was so happy. And I was like, yes, the single mother, like that guy, Quincy is Quincy White, right?
Quincy White. Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's
Quincy.
how I discovered you on Instagram because I
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
one
I
of
think I
his
remember that.
videos. Yes. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah. It was the
whoa, this is
I think approved.
crazy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, you
Quincy.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Quincy. Yeah, Quincy dope. He's an amazing artist. We just finished up his project, so hopefully we'll have a date soon. So, but it's an incredible project.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Maybe he should come on in and he should talk to me about it because I
You should, you
absolutely
should.
I listened to that. It was the I don't know, the production just drew me in. It was just like it just pulled me in and I was like, wow. And then I
Yeah,
was like clicking, I'm like, produced by. Remember back in the day, you were really, unless you looked in the credits, you never knew who the producer
yeah, I
was.
know. Yeah, it's still bad, but it's getting a little better,
I
I
think
guess.
it's getting a little better. I think I've seen a
A
little
little
bit,
better,
little something, a little
little
something.
song.
A little something. I absolutely love producers, and if you take a glance back at the IGTV series,
Yeah,
this series, I talk to a lot of cool producers. Like,
I'm gonna have to go through your. I'm gonna have to go through your stuff more. I'm gonna have to go through your.
yeah, day one, he was like in the beginning, and Eric Wilson, he worked with Bone Thugs and Harmony. He was on here. I talked to a lot of cool producers. Carl Borden, is he? I can't remember like when you start thinking about the Grammys and stuff. I'm like, is he Grammy nominated or did he win a couple Grammys? I think he won a couple Grammys. He that dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just love it because you're creators of the universe. So yeah, you should definitely like, since you're at home now, this is the climate.
Yeah, it is.
This is for good conversations. We're coming to the end. I'm just going to shout out my sponsor one more time, 10K Cards. Anyone, I'm telling you, if you have a business, you need to have this because this is easy. We could put it's like, I would say an EPK, right? Where,
Yeah. It's like a one-stop shop.
because the attention span these days,
Yeah.
nope. You can be in the grocery stores and be like, "What up, Smitti boy?"
Yeah,
You be like, "Hey," you be like, "Here you go." You can scan it if like this right here, 6 feet, and they can scan it and still get all your information. You don't gotta touch nothing. You don't gotta pass the physical cards anymore. It's pretty cool, right? Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
I love it too. So shout out to 10K Cards. Hello. I don't know if do you want to get some shout outs before we end? I can't. It's coming fast. Hi, Alvin.
10K Cards. I got to shout out 10K Cards for sure. I appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Talk about good business relationship. I definitely, anytime I make a decision business wise, we got to have a great relationship. So he's that guy. I absolutely love him. Hello, Glamel. It's hard. Like, it's so many people in here. I really appreciate I was trying to wave. You know how like it pops up when you live and you're trying to press the button to wave? I was trying to wave to everyone. I don't want anyone to think like I don't see, because I do. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the donations. That's pretty cool. I always, if anyone's have any questions, you can pop them up real quick, but I always, at the end of each show, ask if you could give one word or, so funny, one word or one sentence that can inspire us, to help us, to motivate us, as we continue to move forward on our life journey.
I would say you can change the plan, but never the goal. That's like my favorite quote. You can change the plan, but never the goal.
You can change the plan, but never the goal. Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, the goal got to be the same. Plans
I got to write that down.
Things happen.
But never the goal. Oh my God. It's so funny. I was listening to, who was it? Oh gosh, what is his name? I can't even think of his name. He was an actor and he said, oh, people, they lying if they say they don't want to watch themselves again on screen, because I sit and watch myself. He said he sit and watch himself. A lot of times I can't sit and watch myself. I've been all over TV and everything, and I sometimes don't. I'll be like, oh yeah, I was on that show, and I never watched it. And a lot of times I don't even watch these live IGs, and I put them on YouTube too, right? So I just edit just the beginning, just in case we got the technical difficulties. And then I put it on there. I'm like, whatever I said, I just said.
But it's organic.
It's organic. You must be definitely on a frequency of organic, because that's what you connected to. That's it, right? Thank you. Anything else you want to drop before we go?
No. I'm good.
You good? I hope you had a good time, because I did. This is
I did. I enjoyed
Thank
the
you.
conversation. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. Love, light, and energy to your family as we continue on this journey.
Thank you. Likewise.
And I'm looking forward to the project too.
Yes. I'll keep you posted for sure.
Oh, yes, please do. All right. Blessings. Bye-bye.
All right. Blessings.